Even after I wear it all day, I still feel super fresh because of that Gold Fusion anti-odor technology. Head to Rhone.com/legalaf and use promo code legalaf to save 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you head to RHONE.com/legalaf and use code legalaf. It's time to find your corner office. And then if they want to have an evidentiary hearing about this, the judge is going to then take all of the evidence that's before him, including the Bailey subpoena as modified by the judge. And he's going to say the following. Let me just project what Judge Engoron is going to say. Okay. Let's go through the checklist of things that would require my disqualification or recusal. Ex parte communication on a substantive matter with parties involved in this case or their lawyers without me having disclosed to the parties that it happened. That didn't happen here. Mr. Bailey doesn't represent Mr. Trump, is not a lobbyist for Mr. Trump. He's not a party to this case, and I don't have to disclose I had a contact with a general member of the public who regularly appears in front of my court to kibitz about the Trump case. This is New York. New Yorkers of various stripes kibitz about legal proceedings like they're talking about baseball or sports. Happens on the subway, happens over lunch and a sandwich in the park, and sometimes it happens when you see the judge presiding over the case. And so the judge did nothing wrong. Secondly, appearance of impropriety. There can be no appearance of impropriety. Since I didn't ask for the advice, I didn't use the advice, none of his legal advice, if you want to call it that, ended up in my decision or influenced my decision. In fact, it went the other way. He talked about Donald Trump in a way that suggested that I should rule against Donald Trump, and the court did not rule against Donald Trump, or rule for Donald Trump, if you will. So there's no grounds for that. And in terms of ex parte or improper lobbying or communication between my office, my chambers, and Mr. Bailey's law firm, you got the subpoena. I gave you the subpoena. There is none. Denied. And that will set the proper framework and foundation and a record for Donald Trump when he takes this inevitably to the Manhattan Appellate Court, the First Department, for the First Department to also reaffirm Judge Engoron's status as the presiding judge and do not do anything to vacate the decision and order. If Donald Trump's going to get that decision and order reversed, he's going to have to do it on other grounds. Now, he's got other appeal grounds. He's arguing that the appellate court gave direction to the trial court before the trial started about which transactions were inside or outside a statute of limitations. In other words, were too old or stale to be considered as part of the evidence. And they're going to argue the judge did it wrong. The judge included on the continuum of transactions certain things that were wrong. Okay, that's an argument that you can have in good faith in front of an appellate court. That the trial judge didn't properly apply the mandates and the rules and the rulings by the appellate court. Okay,